And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boots! One of my favorite items in Fire Emblem because I love using generals so much.
Who's it going to?
Oh, who do you think it's going to?
What?
Yeah, that was technically non-killer. That was technically a non-killer attack, but you just happen to have 30.
Oh my gosh, you could have fooled me with that 38%.
Oh my god, are you gonna try and use the wood owl like strategy where like now it's 100% crit? Are you gonna try that?
No, I think I don't know if Fur can get it because Rutger, it's not just about the crit rate, but it's also the support bonuses he gets from certain characters that makes him go over, and I don't think that's the case.
But at least you can maybe get close to it.
Yeah,
like close to it.
I do think I used the Wu Dao, but not at this. But I think later on when I like really need it. But yeah, it's because in this game, and the one reason that actually being a sword football unit is alright is because in this game, there's a lot of axe users. You get plus 30% crit when you're a sword user. It's ridiculous. Oh, sorry, when you're a sword master. But sorry, going back to Chris's point about how chapter 21 was like the straw that broke the camel's back. That seems to be a funny thing with Binding Blade because everyone has that one chapter they can't fucking stand. Because again, for a lot of people, it's chapter 14. But then there's some people where they cannot stand chapter 7. And then you've got other people where, like, again, especially the people who play hard mode and do like LTC runs where they fucking despise Sakaeru. So it's interesting.
I would say it's chapter 11A for me because of that one killer lance guy.
Oh, right, yeah. That chapter really throws literally everything plus the kitchen sink at you.
Blazing Knight, who's the farm character that you relate most to?
Relate most to? Felicia.
Yeah, that does make some sense, but I relate most to Bernadetta, not because like I feel just a bit more of an introvert, but don't go crazy, you know, like she does. I really like it with like some characters are like they look like they pretty much have like stuff like anxiety and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of relate with that a lot, but I'm in like school right now, like, you know, homework sometimes like, you know, makes me quite stressed out. And I really like it when characters like what. I don't think there's really been a Fire Emblem character that has a disorder or something. I mean, as in like a mental thing, like autism, or like
it's not something the series covers, and I think that's what a lot of people loved about Free House, that they took this more realistic and dark path, because it's not just Bernadetta, like Marianne suffers from massive depression.
Yeah, like I really like, because I actually have autism, so I can relate to like these types of characters with these same kind of like problems, you know?
Debilitating effects and stuff like that. Which again, I like that about Fire Emblem Three Houses, the fact that it takes a very dark, more realistic approach to just the Fire Emblem formula in terms of its characters and story.
I also like it how like the characters, it was more like quality over quantity.
Very much.
But like
so.
Fates did that opposite, and like Fates just didn't really do that good of a job, in my opinion, because like
my entire personality is pickles.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Fates has some fantastic characters, but for me, it was more so. Personally, I found the overall cast, Norian cast, stronger than the thingy cast, but each one of them have their duds and each one of them have their things. But Free House, sorry, Hoshido. But with Free Houses, the cast is actually quite big, but the game is clever where they really just focus on a small bunch per pathway.
Did you know about in Three Houses? Apparently there's some unused data in the game where in the chapter, you know, when you take back the kingdom in Azure Moon, and apparently Felix and Annette were supposed to appear in that chapter. You know,
there was supposed to be a route split in the first draft of Azure Moon where Felix and Annette went off and did their own thing, so it would be like Crimson Flower versus Silver Snow, but a bit later into time skip. So, you know, it would be after the whole reunion thing, and you would have to pick between either siding with Dimitri or Felix as your new quote-unquote faction leader.
Yeah.
But then it wound up being cut. So, like, I mean, there still exists data in the game that has their boss conversations if you wind up wanting to dig into that. Like, some hackers have pulled it out.
That's really interesting. Like, I want to know, like, what's more, like, unused in, Three Houses. Like, maybe characters and, like, more so, like, story stuff. I mean, like, imagine what, Crimson Flower would have been like.
Well, yeah, that's what most people want to know, because that's the general consensus around Free Houses. Why wasn't Crimson Flower? Ring! Yes, we actually, again, Sophia was useful for something. We got a free guiding ring. But yeah, that's the thing about Crimson Flower. Most people don't think it's bad or poorly written. They just want more of it. They're just like, for the love of God. So,
yeah, like, it just feels kind of, like, short. I mean, like, I'm just playing through it on Maddening right now. It's my first time playing Maddening, my first time playing through Crimson Flower. It's not going too bad so far. Jeez, Bernadette's becoming so useful in my Maddening playthrough, mainly because of Vengeance.
Oh yeah, Vengeance is ridiculous with Bernadetta. Especially because her crest just naturally gives her +5 attack if she's not at full HP.
No, the personal skill gives her +5 attack.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Personal. Oh no, yeah, the crest. Yeah, sorry, the crest is the automatic. Is the basically quick riposte. Or adept. No, the crest is adept. Sorry.
Yeah, crest is adept, and the. Shit.
Yeah,
I just keep forgetting what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and her personal skill is the one where you get the thing. That actually makes Bernadetta really useful in the early game, I found.
Hold on, guys. I'll be back. About to grab my lunch.
Okay. Also, yes, Cecilia's actually doing something. Again, woman can take the hits.
Watching that.
But she can't dish them out, apparently.
I'm so glad Fire have Fog of War and how the AI works in that. For those who don't know, the AI basically cheats and can see where you are, as long as you're not on a forest tile. So that would make this even worse if it was like that, but thankfully it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like going back to the whole Crimson Flower thing again, because Three Houses, I'm actually surprised the game, like, you know, how much they were able to pack into it and how well it all comes together, considering how big it is and how, you know, how different each thing is. But like again, the Crimson Flower I also think Crimson Flower is the shortest because it's the most different. Like the one thing between Azura Moon, Silver Snow is like the first 3 chapters are literally copy pasted.
Yeah, like they're the same everywhere.
Yeah.
And then with Crimson Flower, then they don't exactly have that ability, so, you know.
Yeah, had to probably.
You take out those 3 chapters from every other path, and they're actually all about the same length. It's just that those couldn't be used in Crimson Flower, so.
Yeah, because it makes no sense. No, it's funny. So like Crimson Flower was the only situation where like all the teams just stuck together. Because in the Dimitri one, they kind of split off, and in Silver Snow, they kind of split off. So it's like, Edelgard's like, motherfucker, you ain't leaving! I worked way too hard to get here right now. You're not turning your back on me at any time soon.
Are we getting the warp staff?
We should be getting the warp staff, which I actually do.
Alright.
Which I do use in the game, but not until I actually don't. No, I do use it at certain points, but I remember that specifically. I used the warp staff in chapter 20, Sakea route, where because you're literally like you're being separated by a giant wall between like these bolting users. I would literally warp Percival into the area. I'm just like, surprise, motherfucker. Again,
I mean, I still miss how warp used to work in Mystery of the Emblem, where you could just go anywhere.
Wow, that is busted.
Fix that. You could just visit to any single person on the map.
If only warp was available in the real world. I want to warp to Australia. Okay.
So
after this pandemic ends, is that a good decision?
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully, use it once the pandemic is over.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, yeah.
Well, I mean, it would.
I'm gonna be so ready to just go outside once all of this is over, I swear.
Well, we all are. I mean, we can go outside, just not for long periods of time, and obviously try to keep your distance between everybody.
Yeah. But seeing people, that's going to feel really weird, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, we all are. We'll also just be able to go places and do things, because a lot of the businesses around where I live are closed and stuff like that.
Can Wyverns and Pegasus just be real so I can fly to my friends up in the rest of, not near the borders?
Yeah, well, again, if only Wyverns were real, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, and Shauna's gonna promote because yay!
Yay, Falcon Knight.
The time is now.
Yeah.
And when's Tate gonna promote?
Later. I can't remember when actually. I think it actually might be the next chapter.
Well, the Tate's been retconned to Thea, back to Thea again, hasn't it?
Yeah, she has. Well, again, she is Thea. It's just a case of this is one of the. I remember this is one of the earlier patches I got before they.
One of the earlier.
Yeah.
Patches, yeah.
No. If I remember correctly, the original translation of this was they had Shanna as Shani and Thea as Thea, but then they changed the Tate for the updated version, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
then again, this was Fire Emblem Heroes happened. And...
Yeah, but also I know that. No, I'm saying this is one of the early patches, not the earliest one, but one of the earlier ones that I had. So because I know there's been one that's been released not quite recently that has all the names like translated properly. Because now Wendy is now Gwendolyn.
What?
Bruh!
Oh my god, that is disgusting. Yikes. Yeah. And I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, to my knowledge, and I think that there are about 4 patches of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like obviously the first one where she was Thea, and then second one where it became Tate, and then I think that there was a third one at some point in time, because I remember there being something different with name translations. I can't remember which ones, but I know that there was like a small handful of them, because like I have a few friends who play Fire Emblem, and they were saying that like they have.
Guys,
they
I think I have to be gone for a bit longer. Hold on.
All right, no problem. Don't worry.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that there were like 4 or whatever, and then the most recent one has all of the names from Heroes or whatever. So
I was going to say, last time I properly played the English translation of this game would be back in 2016, when I 2015, 2016, when I recorded my English copy playthrough. After that, I've just been playing my Japanese copy.
Okay.
Because I've got it to hand.
Oh right. Oh yeah, because you got it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, my
It's
lady,
so
so beautiful.
For me, it's so much easier just to take it with my GBA.
Yeah, yeah, and so it's much easier. That's the whole point of having a portable handheld. I really, really do wonder when, like, will we get at some point all the Fire Emblem games like available in Western regions? Because currently all we're missing is Fire Emblem 12, 6, 4, and 5.
I really hope that they decide to do like an Echo style remake for oh, excuse me.
Yeah, the more recent...
Genealogy and Thracia, just because like they're so archaic, I suppose, that like going back and playing them now after I've been playing so much of Three Houses,
it is a bit difficult.
Painful.
I mean, that's the thing
with how big the genealogy maps are.
Yeah, that's the thing with genealogy and that's what stuff. Like genealogy, again, a lot of people say the base story and characters are great. Just give it more quality of life updates, which is true. Again, Binding Blade, I can actually see them improving on certain aspects outside of just giving it quality of life updates, whereas genealogy doesn't really need that. But also, you know, because it's funny, because I remember for the longest time, when Echoes first came out, everyone thought, okay, Binding Blades next, and then Three Houses, like, shit, Three Houses borrows a lot from Genealogy. Maybe Genealogy's next.
I hope the Genealogy is next. Please be next. I really want to get to know those characters, but I just don't think that I have the patience to slog through a map that takes 3 hours to complete.
Yeah.
If not, there is always the manga. The manga is actually a good way as well. I know it's not like the most faithful like translation of the story, but it's as faithful as it can be.
Well, I mean,
can be like for a 90s manga.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I do agree with Chris that Genealogy would definitely benefit a lot, and I think people will want to see it. Not only just to explore these characters, but because we now have full voice acting and much more cinematic Fire Emblem games, I think Genealogy would really benefit from that. Because again, as someone who's played it, a lot of the chapters from like the gameplay, the way they incorporate story elements and how character-driven it is, and also how dark it is, it would be so cool to see that play out. That's another reason I want to see like Binding Blade, because I'd love to see Hector's death like play out properly, and I'd like to see like Sophia's confrontation with Cecilia actually play out as a cutscene.
And also one thing that like happened with Echoes was they updated all of the characters and they fleshed them out a lot more, which I think would be really good for Binding Blade, because, you know, Roy is a serviceable lord, and while he's not the worst, he isn't the best either. And I think that like the Echo style treatment would really just like give him the little character booster that he really needs.
Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, again, a lot of the cast too, because Binding Blade's cast, there are some good ones like Milady and Lena, and then a lot of other ones, while I like them, they're kind of one note.
I'm just now imagining what the barbecue scene from Genealogy would be like with like in a full cutscene. It's like I am slightly scared, but also really excited to see if they ever did that.
Yeah, like could you actually imagine your entire team just screaming in pain as they burn to death? It's just like Nintendo, we're a family company.
I think that they stopped being a family company the instant people started making jokes about Zelda's ass in Breath of the Wild.
well, especially now, ever since Bowsette was a thing, Miyamoto just looked bad. It's like, we're not family friendly anymore.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, good.
He hears Bowsette and he comes running.
If we get an FE6 remake, I definitely would want a revised support system.
Oh yeah, but I think that goes without saying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I'm like, really? I got hit by a 9%. That is.
Oh my gosh! And under True Hit, that is even more just disgusting. Oh yikes!
Yeah. At least whenever
think about like the support conversations in GBA, and I think that this really is proof of how terrible the support system is, with how long it takes to grind up. I was playing through Fire Emblem 7, and after Night of Farewells, and I just had people sit around the throne for I think it was 180 turns. Like that's what it said whenever
Wow,
the ending came
kidding me?
around, and just started scrolling through. And I had Eliwood and Ninian next to each other for the entire time, like all 180 turns, and they still never hit a support.
Here's my thing. Did they support during did they be support during that chapter?
No.
Oh, okay, because that's weird. Because again, there's one thing I fell for where if you are supporting characters, they can only have one support conversation per map.
No, yeah, they had a B support conversation like 1 or 2 chapters earlier, and they just never hit A in that run after I sat around the throne for 180 turns.
If I remember correctly, all 5 Emblem games, like starting from genealogy, usually have like a cap on the amount of turns you can have to grind up supports. Like I think is it 40 for genealogy? It's about 50, I believe.
So Chris is like, I sat there for no reason.
Oh jeez, yeah. So the reason why I was known is because my mom called me for pizza pops for lunch, and apparently I couldn't eat it at here, so I had to eat at the table for some time.
Hey,
I had to
table
eat
manners.
real fast.
Oh,
It was too hot. Oh jeez.
Yeah, all these criticals and all this. Yeah, again, they've really thrown everything. That's the one thing in this the hard mode version of this map. It's still very hard because again, they really pile on the respawn units like nobody's fucking business.
So Blazing Knight, what have you been watching recently during quarantine?
What in terms of like anime and stuff?
I don't know.
Well, again, I'm usually more because I'm trying to like do live streams and all. I'm more playing stuff than watching stuff. I went back and watched Tron Uprising because that's one of my favorite series ever. I've been
I don't really watch anime often.
Yeah, again, I've been watching Spider-Man the animated series, and I also have been before I was watching Food Wars until they stopped showing it because coronavirus and stuff, and also My Hero Academia, but I've been waiting for the next season of that.
I don't know if I hope this doesn't make you mad, but I watched Beastars recently.
I have no idea what that is.
That's lit.
Wait, you don't know what that is?
I don't know. I heard people talking about it, but I'm not entirely sure what it is, just because I'm very outside of the cycle of trends, I suppose. I just
trendy anime.
It's really popular right now.
Okay.
It's a really good series. Haven't watched it myself. I was recently just keep catching up with Castlevania season 3. My god, it was so good.
Basically, to put it into like a short phrase, what Beastars is basically.
Oh wait, Beastars.
Like,
yes, I know Beastars. Yeah, sorry, now I remember. Yeah, it's like.
Okay, good.
I know what it is.
Did you not recognize?
I think maybe the way you said it. Again, hearing it twice, it kind of triggered. Oh right, yes, because I remember what it is. It's that anthropomorphic animal one. It's kind of like part CGI. Yeah, I know what that was. One's like. I haven't watched it, but I know what it's like.
I think you should watch it.
I mean, again, I'm not.
Really
I thought Zootopia was great, but again, I'm not in a rush to watch anything at the moment. I really want to, because I'm just kind of focus on getting through my game backlog and just working with all of this. Oh yeah, Zelina promotes.
Hey.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yay! The smiling. She even keeps a smile on her face during this.
Well, who wouldn't be smiling when
Axes being thrown at her. She is so scared, yet she is still smiling for some godforsaken reason.
Because she has 23 magic and no one in this game has a res stat.
Oh, wait, really? Hold on, let me check.
Well, the res stat in this game is pathetically low for like all units.
Damn, what the? 23, what is this?
That's Lilina, that's what it is. Keep in mind, her magic cap is. I think her magic cap is 30.
Whenever I played through this game the first time, then my Lilina was absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure that I finished the game and she had 17 defense.
Her daddy would be proud.
What?
Her daddy would be proud.
Okay,
Yeah.
what? Now I just have like
she
more
basically
defense.
soloed the entire game. Like, from chapter 21 and all the respawning wyverns that showed up, I just, like, plopped her down in the middle with a basic fire tome and she could one-round everything that came at her.
If you gave her air caliber, she would have ripped them to pieces.
Yeah, she already used up all the air caliber uses, though, because, you
Also,
know, that chapter has a million reinforcements.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also what's interesting is that I think only Air Caliber in a Fire Emblem 7, it only appears in the final chapter, from what I know.
It's a lot more. It's a rare tome in that game, whereas in Binding Blade you can get it very commonly, and it's kind of busted in that sense.
It's interesting to me, honestly.
It's only Excalibur that's officially able to use in by Blazing Sword, unless you have the promo disc for Mario Kart Double Dash, which actually gives you the Wind Sword, which is another way you can use wind magic, but that's
Yeah, but that's
knock
like
out-
that's a very, 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 very obscure prerequisite to getting it.
Yeah.
So, Blazing Knight, have you been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons?
I don't play Animal Crossing. It's not for me.
Aw, man, it's just been getting so popular recently.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Well,
just
it's also
people want.
yeah, people love Animal Crossing. I know people who play Animal Crossing, and I know that they really love it. And this one is like, yes, yeah, Maggie does play it a lot. But I know that I know people love Animal Crossing just because of like it's a very chill game, and New Horizons does so much great. Again, it's just got such great quality of life features and so much customization.
Yeah.
But for me, again, I know it's also the big thing right now because again we've all got to stay at home, so might as well play a game like this. It's easy to pass the time. But for me, Animal Crossing is not my type of thing because when I want to play a game, I want something to be a bit more engrossing and challenging. Like again, you lot can play your Animal Crossing. Give me Doom any day.
Yeah,
I'll just wait for Paper Mario the Origami King because I love the Paper Mario games so much.
Even Sticker
Oh
Star.
my gosh, I really am excited for that.
No,
Oh my
only
goodness.
good thing about Sticker Star is the music and some of the writing.
Yeah.
Not all the writing, some of it.
Yeah, but I mean that I know Sticker Star. Like Sticker Star is like the other M of Paper Mario. Ooh.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, you can.
What's your least favorite character in Fire Emblem Three Houses?
Honestly, well, if we go off the ones you can play as, probably Gilbert.
Okay,
yeah,
Gilbert is gross.
I think like either Gilbert, like kind of, or definitely Cyril. He's just like too much like one note in my opinion. He's just like
Cyril,
Rhea, literally like
Cyril,
like
I have,
Faye, legit.
Cyril I have my issues with, but at the same time I think there are some supports that really like again his Petra one is really good.
Yeah, I've heard of his Ash one. It looks pretty good, you know.
Yeah. But also at the same time, I can like Cyril has a legit reason for acting the way he does, whereas like Faye and Arm I never got because there was never a point where you really saw why Arm was so special to Faye, whereas Cyril like worshipping Rhea makes sense.
Yeah.
So at least they was going for it. But anyway, so that's the end of that tangent, and that's the end of that chapter. Thank you all very much for my co-commentators for joining me. I had an
Yeah, it was
absolute
an
blast.
honor to meet you,
Oh, yeah, it was
honestly.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad.
I would never think I would actually meet you. It's insane.
I hope that we made this disgusting chapter at least a bit more bearable.
Yeah, well, there was a
Yeah,
lot to
that
get
sounds
through.
good.
Yeah, so next time...
Skill,
Yeah.
10 skill,
chapter's the
10
tough one.
skill, 10 skill.
Yeah, y'all now
10
my new
skill.
friends.
Yeah. All right. So next time we join the chat, next time we come back, we shall be getting another one of. We'll be getting four. We'll be getting 4 Blaze, the legendary tome. We'll be dealing with bolting spam, and we've got more promotions to go through, and we've got what I consider an even worse chapter than chapter 14 personally. But we'll get there when we get there. Until then, thank you all very much
Wait,
for watching.
we're doing this again?
No, we're not doing this again. It's 14X.
Oh yeah, there's a different group. Okay, I was a bit
Yeah,
confused
it
for a
is
second.
worse.
Yeah. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care and have a wonderful day and stay safe.